Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We're playing as a solo self-found hardcore arc trapper, and we find ourselves in the fields, the Imperial fields to be exact. Mission for today is to head towards a Solaris temple, get ourselves a blue egg to match the a red egg to match the blue egg, and then we're gonna summon goddesses. And have them fight. It's probably going to be entertaining. Though I suspect it's going to be less entertaining for the goddesses themselves. So it is my hope that at the end they will not be victorious, but I will be. First though, let's try and actually make it there. So far, damage output is still pretty solid. Survivability is something that has proved to be adequate. Don't get hit a lot, so you don't really need a large buffer. Though of course, the larger your health buffer is, the more and the larger the hits that you can sustain. So there's safety in buffers. But there's also safety in just odds of not getting hit. It's a kind of tanking I'm not doing a lot, so it definitely feels a little bit new and awkward, but so far so good. The mobility of the build is also rather nice. The traps are nicely fire and forget, even more so than... hello. Even more so than with, let's say, an archer, which is the closest I've played to something even resembling this kind of build. And there is Alpha. We have 2 more incursions remaining before we have another temple. So this is going to be one of the 2. And upgrading the workshop. So if we can connect it to the apex, then we don't even need the demolition lab. Increase the life of the omnitect or swap it to some more strong boxes. It's also item yield, so upgrading it and then going for top left seems like the best of ideas. And thank you, Golem, for tanking that for a little bit. So top left and upgrade. You are not gonna survive this, which is the happy thing. Well, happy for me, not for you. And then it is time to find myself a stone. And level up, which is the happy going drink. Come on. I want a stone. Please give me a stone. Pretty please. Haha. Ask nicely and you will receive. Did say top left, so we got it, and the door lies open. The apex is connected. And turns out I did kill most of the enemies. This is always good. This is always good. Ooh, Highland plate. 6 sockets, that's the main reason why it is so nice to find it. Got some extra evasion, still at that 62%. It seems like it just won't budge. Grabbing myself a little bit more dex. So I got some higher killer action and just gonna go for the reflexes here. It's another 42% increased evasion rating on top of everything else. Seems useful. And then we came from top, so we leave at the bottom. And let's see if we can get through here. Still got that Herald of Thunder on weapon switch. Okay, looks like I need to go through the water. Yeah, this is the way forward. Okay, big puddle, but there is no goddess anymore. Kind of murdered her last time. And there we go. Decoy totem keeps leveling as well, which is nice. That gives it a little bit more health, a little bit more oomph. Just wondering out loud, decoy totem. It does not increase its radius for the taunt, it only increases its own life. And it's not just the small percentage that you see, 30% increased totem life. That's not really the important part. The important part is increasing the level of the item. And by doing so, it increases the base life. And the percentage modifier on top is just a bonus. Okay, Arc. Gained a level, gained some damage. But there's now so many modifiers that it is difficult to ascertain exactly what the right damages mean. Right now it's listed as 1200. If I throw out 23 traps, it's going up to 1700. So I guess that's sort of kind of close to a baseline of sorts. Are you gonna go Kamehameha? I don't think so. You are very dead. Okay. Red and blue, those are the happy colors. And that is all we really needed, eh? So let's just get rid of most of the items here. Did we pick up anything worth considering? It's no resistance here, poor life. This is low movement speeds, that's not really the kind I would like though. And evasion is also on the poor side. So it's just nice and easy, and I will just stash all the other things. So we got 2 eggs, then nobody in town really wants them. It is Harbor Bridge, so I can go back to Solaris Temple, level 1. Now we came from that side, we left there, so then the exit is on the other side. It's always a nice 3-way split. You usually don't have to walk too far to get to the exit. It's rather deterministic that way. And look at that, Solaris Concourse. And here it's usually just a matter of running through and killing things and gathering loot. Baroque round shield, is it a 9%er? No, that's a hybrid. That's a hybrid as well, of course it is. There's an Alva down there. Might as well have a chat with her. And that will end in the last trial. So let's have a look. Where do you want to send me? Hurricane Engine. Nice. We can turn that into a tier 3. That's got to be 3 tier 3s here. I like it. The corrupting or radiating tempest, and then we get a valuable item. I approve. So is there anything in here that would be helpful to connect? Armor workshop, probably the nicest, because then I can just make a small circle here. So the top right is the one I want to connect. And then of course we upgrade. Hello there. You are pretty dead. You dropped a stone. I think I said top right. Armor workshop, yeah. Wonderful. And that suddenly leaves me with a sea of spare time. And only a couple more enemies to murderize. At least we're gonna get a tier 3 room out of this, which is happy. And another stone of passage and 10 seconds remaining. I ought to be able to do this. And look at that, cloister is now also connected. Wonderful. And with that, the temple stands ready. We'll have to see. I'm of half a mind to just do it after facing down the twin goddesses. Figuring that I'm getting a little faster at running those temples, so wrapping up a major boss fight and then just having a little bit of a loot run in the temple seems like a fun way to spend some time. But we'll have to see how fast it really turns out to be. Hello waypoint, and then we can head over to this way. Harbor Bridge, which is only just a small stroll, and then we get to the boss fight. Plenty of enemies here to keep my flasks filled up, so I can just keep running. The pack size is definitely in a very good shape here. Lots and lots of enemies. Chromatics I would like to gather here. Lots of little currencies just dropping left and right. Oh, it was actually upstairs. I only saw it from the corner of my eye. Over there. A blacksmith whetstone. Minor kind of currency, but useful to have a few of nonetheless. And look at that. Red and blue are mingling and not in a very friendly way. Okay, let's do this. Statue of the Sisters. Just trying to blast them maximally. We're just trying to keep as many of the arc traps out just to increase the damage multiplier. And then swarming them with the bad traps. But this went rather quickly as I did expect it to come. Oop, gone. And there we have a sin, and we have two major goddesses. So 1% additional physical damage reduced for each nearby enemy. I do upon occasion wander into groups of enemies. And it is helpful when I get myself surrounded to have a little bit of physical damage mitigation. 6% additional physical damage reduced while there's only one nearby enemy. I'm assuming 0 doesn't help you and 2+ doesn't help you, so this is incredibly specific. Though you do have a chance to take less area damage from hits, so on average it's 10% reduced area damage. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Also the increase in movement speed just helps me duck out of groups of enemies when needed. And if I do have to take a stand or something, then taking some hits and being surrounded by enemies in total, it adds up to about 13% physical damage reduction under ideal circumstances. So there's something to that. So we have ourselves a blood aqueduct. Might as well just run through, head to town, have a chat. The odd thing is that their blood aqueduct doesn't actually have a boss. I mean, we used to have the flying super chicken, but we killed it and nothing came back. Whereas most other areas in the game did find themselves with a new occupant. Also, just totally full on items. So if you have the patience, you can of course farm here for tabula rasa. Well, the card drops here. Players have elemental equilibrium, monsters can't be stunned. I don't deal damage, so that doesn't really affect me. Let's see if we can kill ourselves a corrupted enemy. Exploration Shrine, those are fun. I'm of mixed feelings about the Exploration Shrines actually. Sometimes they feel really good, sometimes they really don't. Okay, latency is doing very scary things. Okay, so whatever, go back to town. Town is okay, then let's go back down. Is it just the instance that's wonky, or was it just a spur of the moment connectivity issue? I think the instance might have, or the server behind the instance might have just crashed. No, it's just incredibly slow. Okay. Downside of this game being an online game. If the connectivity to the server is wonky, then your gameplay experience is going to be wonky. That has corpses, that's fine. Older spike shield, that is a hybrid I don't want. Yes, it matches my shadowy nature, but it is not the one with movement speed. Torrent of Fear. You won't be scaring anyone no more. I got ourselves a Vaal Righteous Fire and some sacrifice fragments. I do like it that the reward is now better, that you get multiple gems or fragments or whatever you really want to get out of the box. It does make it more rewarding to do the side areas. I think I wanted to enchant this, and instead it targeted the wrong thing. Let's see, increase quantity, detonates nearby things. If I just step aside a little bit, like that. Wonderful. They don't have max stats, so whatever, there will be more. Ooh, hello. Lightningy peopleses. Gotta keep all accuracies. Oh, it is still very satisfying, just blowing up legions of enemies. I'm definitely wondering how this is going to play once I hit maps. Well, of course, provided I survive the thing, but if the difficulty remains the way it is, then I am fairly confident that we can make it to maps 10. Let's see, there's Alpha, well that's the map one, so, or the temple one, so I'm gonna skip it. Instead, we've made it to Hightown. Okay, so this little trip took a little bit longer than I had anticipated. So I'm gonna do the temple run next time anyway. Might as well just have a mid-sin. Might as well just go to the next area. Just grab some waypoints, make a little bit of progress. So everybody wants something from me, which is good. You know, I am the hero after all. A hero does know what hero needs to do. And there is the exit. Now we descend into madness. And again, it is a good thing I no longer have to hunt for beasties, so we can be a little bit more efficient when clearing. We can just kill the things, look for exits, move along, focus on the quest objectives rather than having a implicit sub-objective of just killing all the things and catching all the beasties. Though to a certain extent, doing the trials at very regular intervals does provide for some extra sub-objectives there. And even about that, I've become a little less obsessed with them as we've progressed, because of course now you've done a lot. And then at some point it's like, no, there's gonna be more trials or more incursions. That was nice. I do like it that the traps, when they expire, the arc just goes off. So if there's something within reach, it just goes off and zaps the thing. And then usually the thing is not too happy about it and they die. Ooh, another map. Hey, graveyard. I don't think I've got a graveyard yet. Okay, another supply hoist. Tora is down here. Let's see what she wants. Hunt down the infected beasts, also known as go backtrack, and therefore let's not. Let's just not. I did get Tora to level 5 now, so swapped her out for Vorici. See if we can do some daily missions for Vorici now. Because the socketing powers that Vorici grants are kind of helpful. Not being able to re-roll sockets with a bias to certain colors, it can be more efficient than simply spamming the chromatic orbs.
An orb of immense power.
An orb of scouring. And there is another one into the Vastiri Desert. So that's just another area, which is good. All the fun stuff happens. Well, a lot of fun stuff happens here. Another Alva, another let's not just yet. So usually waypoint is somewhere off to the right. Could be that there's a random element to it, but my memory says let's go to the right. So that's where we're trying first. To the top is usually where you end up trying to go to the Scorpion Queen. Storm Withered Chests. And we got ourselves a Stormblade. Just kind of nice, not being able to just chuck some traps around. Most of them hits. You. Wonderful. One more traveling node and then I can gain some life again. The life on kill is going to be just as useless as a mana on kill.
Chaos orb.
It only applies when I kill something myself, which I think technically you do get credit for killing things via ignition. Well, I'm not really a fire build, so that's not gonna happen. Ignite myself, let's not. Increase items. Yeah, I know, if you insist.
Chaos orb. Confusing.
That was rather efficient. So the Scorpion Queen exit is gonna be here-ish. Or is this the exits into the foothills? Yes, it is. We'll put a portal here, then at least that is now marked. Chisel, those are happy. And more stuff dropped. A transmute. Worth picking up in my opinion. Orb of alteration. Okay, this desert looks rather large right now. Okay, there's the Scorpion Queen. Okay, that did move my portal. I figure we might as well go after the Scorpion Queen. So we have a chat with these folks. You have a reward for me. I don't really need your reward or want your reward. Okay, so intelligence is a bit of an issue. This build does not have too much of it. This is the wrong kind of shield. So we're gonna go with the dagger because that is the least useless of the bunch. Turns out we got ourselves a combat dagger rather than cast a dagger. So out it goes again. Then Sin has a good idea, and then Pataros and Vanya are there, and then we can take the Bottled Storm. And look at that. We can go back, and just like magic, we can go into the Oasis. Might turn out into a slightly longer episode. But it does feel good to just go after the Scorpion Queen, and after that we still have ourselves a waypoint to deal with. This is a little bit of a dead end. Let's try the other way. And then suddenly, of course, everybody is following me again. Okay. So if the left-hand side doesn't work, we'll try the right-hand side. I'm very flexible in that regard. I don't really care which way I go as long as I end up at the Scorpion Queen. Which in turn is going to give me a skill point, which is going to be a good thing. I like skill points. Ooh, Orb of Augmentation. They do give me some varied gifts here. Also there is a Vreach here. I had mistaken you for an Alpha Valai. Yeah, open the target's chest, keep the target alive. Okay. It's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be very interesting. Also, you're sending me back. Oh wait, we have an Alpha over there. Okay, you were pointing this way. It's over there. So the tricks we have to work with. Let's blow these guys up like that. We have a decoy totem. Decoy totem is pretty helpful since it allows me to pull enemies out. Also, we have the lifesteal thing that just does a little bit of damage. It's the weakest item, or the weakest trap I have. Okay, so decoy, trap. See if I can just lock. You are totally decoyed after all. Look at that. The alternative would have been to just try to pull them away. The combination of a decoy totem and a stone golem, which is effectively a mobile decoy totem, it does get quite a lot of the job done. Okay, do I really have to head over to the right hand side now? It appears to be. But yeah, the decoy totem, it's one of those skills that is very easy to overlook, it's very easy to forget. But it is so useful in so many different ways. And Vreach missions are just one example. But most of the time so far we haven't really needed it, since the damage output of the build is just solid. But a fight like this, not quite sure if I really want to be tanking this one. Okay. You are moving forward, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Okay, are you going? Yes, you are. Marvelous. Okay, looks like the stinger is actually helping and just moving along rather than being totally annoying and picky about exactly where I need to stand in order to move this party forward. Can't touch this. And then you get swallowed by sand. Here, have yourself a decoy. A lot of decoys. There, go, please. And then I just lob in the bear traps once she is stable. Oh, minion phase. Moving through the sand might not be the best of ideas. No, it's a little bit slow. Oh boy. Come on. Yeah, have a decoy. Okay, bear. And there you go. No more. I've got some space, might as well pick up the larger items here. Golem, totally unscathed. Decoy totem, not so much. Okay, so reduced chaos damage taken. It's overall, that's not too bad. Reduced chaos damage taken from caustic clouds. So kind of okay. Well, I think we're just gonna stick with physical since it is more common. And now in town we should be able to get another book of skill. Marvelous. And now we can actually start increasing life again. Almost at 3000. Oh yeah, and that makes me realize I don't have the waypoint here, and it is going to be a nice walk back. So you know what? I'm going to end the episode here, and I'm just going to backtrack and I'll just find the missing waypoint. It's going to be mostly just wandering around, not being too adventurous. So next episode, we're going to do a temple run. After the temple run, we're going to continue with what remains of Act 9, taking out the unholy trinity in the end. For now though, I'm going to thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.